In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my core philosophy behind why you should start an AI agency. And if you already have one, what your guiding principles should be in order to be hyper prosperous in the next 12 months. If you're not sure who I am, my name is Joel House. I've built my agency to $146,000 a month, and I'm here to help you achieve success in a business model that has been so good to me and that can help humanity in so many ways. Now, this is a slightly different video to what you see on my channel. And the reason for that is I'm in Denver, Colorado right now, and I'm here for a very special event. And that event has helped me have a lot of realizations around things that I've done in my business that have been very, very successful, and things that I believe I should be doing, and things that I believe as an industry as a whole we should be focusing on. Because right now we are standing on a very interesting point in time. We're sitting on the edge of chaos with AI. And what I mean by that is AI can either help the world move towards the best of times or towards the worst of times. It will either be the thing that transitions the world to having absolute abundance and a utopia, or it will be the thing that will collapse us into a Hunger Games style society. And as an AI agency owner, you're technically responsible for implementation of AI across lots of businesses. So, what does this mean? Well, there's a few guiding principles here that I'd like to share with you that I believe if you run with these guiding principles and you help these guiding principles be a part of decision-making processes within your business, it's going to become massively, massively successful. So let's begin. Guiding principle number one is more. Let me reframe that. What we want to achieve is we want to achieve more for ourselves, for other businesses, and for the world. So if you are thinking of selling AI to a business, the question to ask here is, what more is this going to bring to the business and to their clients? And a step before that is this business, if you're thinking of taking on a prospective client, is this business one that the world needs more of? That is it a well-run business? Are they ethical? Do they deliver a great service? If they don't do those things, you have the ability with AI to basically spread more shit on the world. Where what you want to be doing is you want to be spreading more light, you want to be spreading more abundance and more quality products and services on the world. So when you think of more, what you want to be focusing on is how can you help them get more clients? How can you help them follow up more? How can you help them have a better sales system? How can you help them become more profitable? How can you help them achieve more revenue? How can you help them follow up their customers post-service more? How can you help their customers have a better post-service experience? How can you help their customers to receive more value from your client's business? If you focus on that as the questions you ask yourself and the questions you ask the client in your initial discovery process, it is going to be so much more impactful. Now, what I see a lot of people doing is they focus on, well, we can replace this staff member with AI. We can replace this person with AI, which at the core is less. At the core, what you're saying is, you can reduce costs, you can cut costs, you can remove someone's livelihood. You can have, don't get me wrong, some people are not in the job that they thrive in, and they shouldn't be in that job. However, you don't want to be removing livelihoods. You want to be keeping that person so busy that it doesn't matter. Like I had a chat with a client yesterday who we were talking about doing a massive database reactivation for them. And they said, great, well, we can fire this person by the end of the month if this works. I said, what do you mean? They said, well, this person does all our follow-up. I was like, are they a good salesperson? Yeah, they're a great salesperson, but we won't need them to do the follow-up because you're doing that with the AI. I said, no, that's not what we're doing here. What we're doing here is we're helping put your best human employees on the highest leverage tasks so that you get more customers, they have a better livelihood, and your clients get better service. And they went, wow. I said, yeah, when this thing is implemented, you're going to have so many sales calls booked that even people that may not be the best performers are going to be so flat out making you money that it doesn't matter. So that's number one. That is the guiding principle of more. The second guiding principle is the guiding principle of abundance. Now, what do I mean by that? Well, if you haven't heard, there's a guy called Peter Diamandis, and he runs a company called Abundance 360. Now, this is where most of the world goes to, and when I say the world, I'm talking last year, Elon Musk spoke, Kathy Wood spoke, the Google guys spoke. They have the biggest movers and shakers in technology and future thinking speaking at their event. It's a very private, closed event, and they do actually have recordings online that you can purchase. Now, you can also get a lot from his blog. Now, his core philosophy is that AI and technology is bringing us to an age of absolute abundance for humanity. He believes that it's taking us to a point where, as humans, we can focus on the highest leverage activities, not spend our entire life working to achieve outcomes. Instead, AI can do most of it, and then everyone can have more time, more money, and a better quality of life. And that's the guiding principle I want you to be focusing on when you are building your business. The next thing I want you to focus on is the difference between business and finance. This is number 3. Number 3 is the difference between business and finance. And let me get clear on this. You can make money without having a business. And you can have a fantastic business that doesn't make money. The two are not the same. A business is simply a delivery system that delivers on a promise where the customer receives the perceived value in exchange for revenue. That is what a business is. It is simply a way to deliver a product or service. It doesn't have anything to do with money. Now, if you focus on building a business that is a system of systems, and we've spoken about this before on the channel, which is, should you be building workflows or should you hire someone to build workflows? Or should you build an AI workflow to build workflows? See where I'm going with this? Your goal should be to build a system that manages your delivery, a system that nurtures your client relationship, and a overall management system in order to get clients. When you have those things in place and you know what you're bringing and you're serving clients in a place of more, where you're going to help them build a better business, because fundamentally you're helping bring systems into businesses. If you look at it that way and say, my goal is not to make you more money, that is a side effect of it. My goal is to help you build a better business. That is going to bring a lot more value to clients. Now, when do you make money in a business, you say? The answer is you can have a fantastic business and not make any money, and you have a crappy business and make money. It all just depends on the value you're bringing. So how do I propose you do this? I propose that you find clients you can really contribute to. I propose that you charge them accordingly. And then I propose that if your business is a refined system of systems, you are going to have profits come out the bottom end. And if you focus on those things first, the money will come. The biggest mistake I've made in my business was when I started focusing too much on money, too much on profits, that I let go of my systems. And so, I've had my agency for over 10 years. I've built some incredible systems in my business that work like clockwork. And I've also had times where I said, Salesforce is an example. Salesforce was costing us $50,000 a year as an overhead. And I said, we don't need this anymore. Let's take Salesforce out. Save $50,000 a year. The challenge is we had to rebuild all of our systems, and that was a very clunky, slow process that we actually lost more money by doing that. Simply keeping what was an expensive tool and running it properly had better systems involved, we would have made more money. So that's the fourth thing. Business and finance are not the same thing. And lastly, I want to connect the difference between business and relationships. So the gentleman who's teaching this event, he was telling a story where he was consulting with a group of very, very successful business owners. I think 30,000 employees plus. And he said, every one of these business owners, when asked, they said business was about relationships. Business was about the relationship your client had with the product and the intimate connection they had with the product. And it was about the teams they were building and the relationships they had with their vendors and the relationships. Now, I didn't believe this. I've heard this story before from him, and I didn't believe this. And then I was reflecting on it. I was like, hang on. The most effortless deals I've done, the most effortless clients I have, the clients literally just call me and say, hey, Joel, I want to spend $7,000 a month with you because I want you to solve this problem in my business. Can you do it? And I say, yes. And there's a check on a direct deposit in my bank account the next day. That's because of the relationship I have with the person. Now, that didn't actually start as a business relationship. That is that client. That client now wants to spend $20,000, $25,000 a month on a couple of additional things that they've said, hey, can you do this? And I said, yes, I can. what am I going at with this? Where I'm going at is building relationships is the most crucial part of your business. Mastering your skills is great, yes. You can always hire people who are going to be better than you at your skills, period. Building systems is what's going to help you deliver consistently. And then building relationships is what's going to be the kicker. Now, to give you another story on this one, I've got a very good friend who runs a very, very successful business. They're close to doing $100 million a year of revenue. And he came to see me. And on the way in, he stopped to get a gift for my wife because he knows my wife as well. And he stopped past a store. It's a very high-end store here in Los Angeles called Erewhon. And their product is actually a really good fit for the store. Anyway, just walked up to the store manager and was like, hey, I'm curious, do you have any of this type of product in your store? He's like, no, I don't. Just like, hey, this is my company. He's like, holy shit, I know your product. I'd love to have you in the store. And it just kicked on. And within weeks, they had a deal signed to stock their product through all of the Erewhon stores, which then led to stocking it through loads of other massive retailers through the US. Because Erewhon's an influence-driven store. It's a store with an influence over the industry, over specific industries, that is. And he was telling me, I asked him, I was like, how did you pull it off? He's like, I just love talking to people. He's like, I just love learning about their business and asking, hey, do you have any of this type of product in the store? He's like, I wasn't pitching them. I was just curious what they sold. That's relationships. And relationships is what drives business. So, quick recap here. I've got to head back to the event. I'm in Denver, Colorado at the moment. So, number one, focus on providing more with your AI services. Number two, I can't remember exactly what number two was, but the core of it is, and because this is an off-the-cuff video, as you probably noticed. Number one, deliver as much value as you can. Number two, always focus on delivering more for all of humanity. That is working with clients that are delivering a great service. Number three, check out Peter Diamandis' work and Abundance 360. It'll really help shape your perception of what AI is and also your role in the distribution of this technology that can either bring abundance to humankind or destroy humankind. There's no middle ground here, guys. We're literally playing with fire. And you may say, hey, Joel, we're just playing with ChatGPT and N8N. No, you're not. What you're playing with is a machine that once it starts getting more adoption through businesses, they're then going to adopt it more and more and more. And then it's going to adopt in personal life. And it's going to flood through society very quickly in the next 24 to 48 months. And I've told this to people and they don't believe me. We are going to live in a dramatically different world in 5 years' time. And it's either going to be extraordinary or it's going to be horrific. And that's one of the elements you have control over. And the fourth part here is business and finance. Business and money are not the same thing. A business is a system of systems, focus on that, and then the money comes. And you know what? If you just want to make money, you don't give a shit about business, you don't care about relationships, go and trade crypto or something. Like, you can make money. You can go and invest in real estate. You can make money without having a business. You don't need a business to make money, guys. One of the wealthiest people I knew growing up worked for someone else. He was just an extraordinary investor with that money. And to this day, one of my wealthiest family friends, one of our daughter's friends, he's an employee for a company, but he's very high up and he's worked his ass off to get there. And he's not a businessman. He's just really damn good at making money and makes millions upon millions of dollars a year. And the last thing, guys, was the connection between business and relationships. When you focus on building relationships with your team, your providers, your clients, your leads, just nurturing relationships in general, your business is going to absolutely thrive. So guys, that is it for now. If you like this video, if you like this style of video rather than me sitting at my desk in the studio, drop a comment below. I'm really open to serving. That's what this channel is about. This channel is not me sitting here to teach you. I want to share what I learned on my journey, what I've already learned on my journey, and help you to accelerate your success in a business that has been so good to me and so good to my family financially. So with that said, have an amazing day. See you in the next one.